In the financial world, there's really only one thing that's worse than Starbucks when it comes to keeping you broke: your car. This is why you see article after article talking about why cars, especially new cars, are keeping Americans broke. But there's more to the story than this, because the whole point of having the minority mindset and thinking different than the majority of people isn't that way you're gonna live the rest of your life being cheap and frugal and not giving yourself the luxuries that you're working so hard to be able to afford. The whole point of having this minority mindset and being financially educated is so you can live life the way you want and be able to afford all the things you want. So when it comes to cars, if you're a big fan of cars and you want to be able to own a new car, you got to know when it makes sense to buy a new car. Let me get right into today's video. Okay, if we're talking strictly financially, when does it make sense to buy a new car? The answer is never. You are going to way overpay when you buy a new car versus a used car. I mean, you can save 20 to 40% on your car's value just by driving a car that's 1 or 2 years old. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can see that this video is not 1 minute long, so there must be more to it than that. Buying a new car is not the financially smart thing or the frugal thing to do. It's a luxury. You can think of it kind of like flying first class. If you were gonna fly from New York to California and you wanted an economy class ticket, you could do it for like $200, even less than that. But if you wanted to fly first class from New York to California, that's gonna cost you almost $900. That's a $700 difference for the exact same journey, just a different experience. If you fly on the backseat of Spirit, you're gonna get a super cheap ticket. Just make sure your backpack fits into that bin that they give you, because if it doesn't, they're gonna charge you $100 at the gate, but you're gonna get to California just like the first class ticket is gonna get you there. But it's just not gonna be as nice of an experience because you're sitting on Spirit instead of first class at Delta. There's nothing wrong or shameful about taking Spirit, it's just not as comfortable. I mean, I've taken Spirit plenty of times. Last time I flew with Spirit, I flew from Philly to Detroit and I paid for that big seat upgrade, you know, the front 2 rows where they give you the bigger seat. Paid $35 for that, and as I was about to board the plane, I gave the lady my ticket and she says, "Oh, it looks like you didn't pay for the big seat." And I said, "Yeah, I did." I showed her the confirmation on my phone. Then she's like, "Oh, we must have a glitch in our system because we gave your seat away to somebody else. So now I didn't have a seat on the plane. They made me wait until the entire plane was boarded, and then they made me sit on a random seat, and I didn't get my money back for the big seat upgrade." I still got to Detroit just fine. It just wasn't as comfortable or enjoyable of an experience. Sometimes used cars are gonna give you more headaches. I mean, that's just the game. If you are not a mechanic or if you're not a car person, you might not be able to tell what's good and what's not good, and when you start driving the car, you might realize that this car needs some work. But in general, buying a used car can save you a lot of money. Like, let's say you wanted to buy yourself this brand new $50,000 car. Oh yeah, the minute you drive this car off the lot, you are gonna lose $5,000 worth of value. So in 1 minute, the value of this car is gonna drop from $50,000 to $45,000. In 1 year, the value of this car is gonna drop another $5,000 to $40,000. In 2 years, so 2 years after buying this, the value of your car is gonna drop to $34,000. And in 5 years, this car that you paid $50,000 for is gonna drop in value to $20.5 thousand, so $20,500. If you finance this car, it's gonna run you at least $600 a month. So you paid $50,000 for the car, but if you just bought it a couple years later, you could buy this once $50,000 car for just $34,000, and you can avoid paying the $600 a month. You can compare doing this to buying a used car. So to get the $600 monthly payment, I assumed that you put $6,000 down in order to buy this car. If you took that $6,000 and instead of putting it down to finance this car, let's assume you buy yourself a nice but good working $6,000 used car with cash. Now you have no monthly payments, and now you can pay yourself $600 a month. Now, after a year, you're gonna have an extra $7,000 in your pocket that you can use with your $6,000 car to buy yourself a brand new, even nicer car. Just do the math. Instead of you paying the $600 a month to your car company or to your bank, let's assume that you're just throwing this money into your bank account, your savings account. Every single year, you're gonna throw an extra $7,000 into your bank account because this is money you don't have to pay your car company. So in 1 year, you'll have $7,000. In 2 years, you'll have just over $14,000, and you're driving a $6,000 car. car. When you're driving a $6,000 car that's in good working condition, it's not gonna lose that much more value in a year or two. So in 2 years, you're gonna have $14,000 worth of cash and a $6,000 car that you can sell. Now you can go out and buy yourself a $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 car with cash and not worry about making any payments. This is where some people get kind of upset and they say things like, oh, Jaspreet, you don't know anything about cars. If you just buy the right car, it will appreciate in value and then you can sell the car for a profit after you're done driving it. Sure, but that's the exception. That's not the rule. It's kind of like saying you can lose weight by eating at McDonald's. Yeah, in theory you could if you're weird and you eat this certain salad that they don't even have on the menu. Yeah, I'm sure you could lose weight by eating at McDonald's. But that's the exception. It's not the rule. Most of us are gonna gain weight and get fat if we eat at McDonald's every single day, just like how most people are gonna lose money on their cars by driving a new car. If we're talking strictly financially, it makes a lot of sense just to buy a car that's 2 years old, because now you're getting a car that's relatively new and you're not paying top dollar for it because you're buying it at a huge discount off of what it was selling for just 2 years ago. It's still hopefully in good working condition because it's still pretty new and you're saving a whole lot of money. But that doesn't answer the question in this video, because the question is, when does it make sense for you to buy a new car? In order to understand that, we really need to take a look at assets versus liabilities and understand where your car actually lies. If you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you've heard me talk about assets versus liabilities before. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you should probably do that. But assets are things that put money into your pocket. So these are investments. These are things you buy for the sole purpose of making more money. So when you buy stocks, you buy real estate, you buy other investments, these are things you're buying for the purpose of making money. Because when you invest your money in the stock market, you're hoping that the stocks that you're buying will go up in value and make you more money. When you use money to buy real estate investments, you're buying it that way you can make passive income, cash flow, and you're probably hoping that the value of your real estate will go up too. So when you're buying assets, you're hoping that this thing that you're buying is going to go up in value and make you more money. Liabilities are the opposite. Liabilities are things that you buy that don't make you money. These are things that just take money away from you and they don't make you any money, because as soon as you buy this thing, the value of the thing that you're buying is dropping like a rock. So these are things like clothes. As soon as you buy yourself a brand new $100 wardrobe, you're not gonna be able to sell it for anything near $100. This is like a vacation. If you buy yourself a $5,000 vacation, you're not making any money off of it. This is like cars, because as soon as you buy a new car, the value of the car is gonna drop like a rock. I just showed you that. So cars fall here in the liability side of things. You're driving a car for a utility. You're driving a car to get from point A to point B, and it is a liability because it's not making you any money. So what you want to do is, when you're building your wealth, you want all your money here. You want to buy as many assets as possible, because these are things that are going to make you wealthy. These are the things that are going to make you rich, and these are the things that are going to make you financially free, because if you're spending more of your money here, then you have more of your money coming back and you own more things that are making you more money. The mistake everybody makes is they spend their money here and they try to justify these liabilities by selling these liabilities to themselves in their brain as assets. They say, yeah, you know, this car might be able to make me some more money in the future, or if I drive a nice car, I'll be able to make more sales, or if I have a nice wardrobe, yeah, it's gonna make me look better and do better in interviews. But if we're talking strictly financially, these liabilities are not things that are going to make you more money. Sure, driving a nicer car might make you more presentable. Having a nice wardrobe might make you look better in interviews, but are they actually going to make you more money? Is your car going to make you more money? Will you be able to sell it for a profit? Chances are no. So stop trying to sell yourself these liabilities as assets and understand what an asset is and what a liability is. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this shorter clip from the longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And if you're interested in learning more about how to invest your money in the stock market, our team put together an amazing guide that will walk you through how to invest your money in the stock market. This guide is completely free when you sign up for our daily newsletter. So if you want to read this guide, all you got to do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.